All right, we're back. Round 4. We got Jason on. That's all I wanted out of life.
But you got it.
Yeah. We've got Mardu Pyromancer versus Temur Pile, which fan favorite over here at GameSwap.
Yeah, 3-color pile decks are. I don't get it. They're basically commander decks.
They're fine.
Okay.
They lack hard removal, but they're very
okay.
tempo-y.
These decks would not be good if you got to start with like, if you played a 59-card deck plus a commander. Like if he got to start with like Animar or something.
Yeah.
Like if he had Animar in the Exile Zone and could cast it at any time, I doubt this deck. Like it's still. I like rolling 3 dice.
Yeah, it cuts out the draws. Which
yeah,
are
there are less.
frequent.
There are less.
All right, Jason's on the play here. I love watching Jason play. He's very methodical. Likes to think through his plays, what his opponent can do. Very rarely a misplay out of him. At least a major one. Jason doesn't know what's happening. He thinks he's getting ponzed, but little does he know what's coming.
I don't think Luke knows what's coming. He's only playing one of every card in his deck.
I assume Jason will fetch a basic here.
Which one? Mountain or
Swamp? Oh, it'd be Swamp. He's got a Blood Moon in hand. I think that's the game plan. Yep. You know, people are saying Mardu's the new black-green deck in Modern. What do you think?
Oh, I completely agree. Yeah, this is just where you want to be when you're playing mid-range right now. Like this deck gets to abuse like Faithless Looting, which is the second best cantrip in the format. Like the issue with like other mid-range, like even blue-white mid-range decks, like you can just draw the wrong half of your deck. With this, you can get rid of those cards and get new ones. Like,
Jason figured it out.
So that's his one of Ancestral Vision. That's his one of Ancestral.
It's pretty good in this grindy matchup. Yeah, Faithless Looting, Bedlam Revelers, it's just such a good combo.
Yeah, I wish Bedlam Reveler had better art, but it is a good card.
Yeah.
Like, this, I think Mardu is the first in a trend that we're moving into in Modern, where decks are figuring out how to use Faithless Looting. We've reached the peak of Ancient Stirrings. We've seen what that card can do. Card is nuts, and now we're starting to see what Faithless Looting can do. And this is the first of that. And I can see a lot of other Faithless Looting decks, like Hollow One.
Yep.
Hollow One has been great this year. That's another Faithless Looting deck. Dredge has been good.
Yep.
I think Dredge got better with Core 19.
Yep.
They got some cards in there. I can see a Dredge resurface, but that's another Faithless Looting deck. These decks that benefit from seeing more cards, putting cards into their graveyard, and then they can get those cards back.
Yeah. Have you seen the Jund adaptation of Faithless Looting?
You were telling me about this. No, I haven't seen it. Does it play Bedlam Reveler?
It does. You cut Dark Confidant, Bloodbraid Elf for Faithless Looting and Bedlam Reveler.
Yeah, sounds like gas.
Yeah, it's not bad.
That's fat. Look at this value.
Jason's just going to get so far ahead here.
Dude, when he casts Lingering Souls, he's going to get 4 tokens.
He doesn't even need it with this. He's going to cast his Faithless Looting now, get 2 more tokens.
This is exactly the kind of matchup that Jason wants, because, like, what removal is Luke playing? Bolt?
Yep.
He'll have 4 bolts.
Not good enough from this point on.
Yeah, you can change your mind as many times as you want until you present the deck to your opponent.
Yep.
And he's ahead enough here. Like he has no reason to not get the white source. What was he going to get? Another basic swamp?
Well, he has to get
blood
a
crypt.
He has to get a blood crypt, but like, might as well get your white source now.
Oh yeah.
Because you might not even want this blood moon when he already had the island in play.
No. Faithless looting. Get two tokens.
Goblins. What are you doing, Jason?
That doesn't matter. They're all red. Draw another Faithless looting. Discard the Faithless looting. Flash it back next turn.
I think he pitched Moon in the land.
Yeah. And then next turn he can... that leaves him with the Faithless looting and a third Pyromancer. He plays the Pyromancer.
You just go to town from that point.
Yeah. Like...
Yep, he agrees.
Faithless looting is a very good card. You do have to be able to use the graveyard in some way. It's like people are calling it the brainstorm of Modern, and that's accurate in the sense that brainstorm is only good if you have fetch lands. So you need to be able to shuffle those cards away. Faithless looting, you need to be able to use the cards that you discard in some fashion. This deck uses it in the sense that it fuels out Bedlam Reveler.
Yeah. And has some flashback
and
spells.
Has some and it has some flashback spells. Dredge, that whole deck uses it. The whole that hollow one, same deal. But something like Shadow, it helps get rid of extra lands, and then that fuels your Delve threats. And it also allows you to you can flashback spells that might not have been relevant when you discarded them, but are relevant later.
Yeah.
You can flash them back with Snapcaster Mage.
So I know that, like, Robert Meadows, another local player here, his Temur at least had a direction to go in. I am not sure what's going on with Luke's
I told you he's playing a commander deck. Like,
Yeah.
he's just missing the Animar over there. Like, he's played a different card every turn.
Yep.
Well, he has two of the elf.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how do you like this triple green card in his three-color deck?
Yeah.
It's pretty loose, right?
Yeah. Not what I would do. There you go. Suicide token, get revolt.
There's push.
Three triggers. Love it.
Yeah. Young Peasy doing work. I would have liked to have seen a Young Pyromancer reprint in Core.
Yeah.
It gives people, and I'm really excited that the Core sets are back for this reason. So I think that the Core set gives them the opportunity to reprint these powerful like commons and uncommons, and it gives people the chance. Maybe they didn't have the chance to play them when they were in Standard the first time, and they can play them now.
Yeah.
The barrier to entry on Modern is getting higher and higher oh my gosh.
Make 5 tokens.
As decks get more expensive, the barrier to entry on Modern is just getting like higher and higher.
Yeah.
So someone might want to play a card like Young Pyromancer, and they don't really have the opportunity to do so. Reprinting it into Standard gives them that opportunity. The deck's going to be their deck's not going to be as expensive.
Yep.
There are some reprints in Core 19, but I would like to see them be a little bit more ambitious with it. And I think Young Pyromancer is a good example of a card that can fill that role.
Well, if they're bringing the core sets back, they have time.
Yeah, exactly.
Core 20. Why not?
It was a core set card originally. It's an uncommon. You can easily reprint it again, like as an uncommon. It's not too powerful.
Especially the way they're making Standard now. It's more creature-focused.
Yeah.
Whereas Young Pyromancer forces you to be a more spell-based deck. That'd be good to see a little change from Standard.
Yeah.
Okay. Jason taking down game 1, going way too wide for Luke to try to keep up.
The Young Pyromancer nut draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually you only see one, and like the opponent will have an answer and they have to buy it back. There we just got to see Jason draw 3 Pyros, play all of them. None of them were answered, and just run away with the game.
Just such good synergy from this deck. You put the Young Pyromancer down, you try to cantrip draw your cards, and you're getting tokens the entire time you're doing it.
Yeah, like it's kind of like what the Delver decks are trying. It's kind of like, well, no, the Delver decks are trying to play a threat and then defend it. So this deck can do that against like a low, against like a low removal deck, because they're going to want to be the aggressor. Against a high removal deck, they can use like all of their discard magic early to take those cards away and then play the Pyro.
Hey, Josh, thanks for the follow, man. I didn't forget you.
Yeah, like, it can play cards like Moon. A list that won an Open this year was playing Bridge.
Yeah.
I think that's genius. Like, people seem to think that, like, Bridge only works when you don't have any cards in your hand. Yeah, if you have 1/1s, you draw a card every turn. So if you have just an army of 1/1s, they can all attack, and then you can play that card, or you don't have to, because your opponent's creatures probably have more than one power.
Yep. So if you're Jason, what are you even sideboarding here? You're just like, what is going on? What do I even?
Yeah, like I have no idea.
Like you didn't see enough out of Luke's deck to get a good idea what's going on. You don't know how removal heavy is, if he has counter spells or not. He's playing Ancestral Vision. Who knows if he's supposed to be playing Bloodbraid Elf? Like, you just don't know what's going on here.
No. He's got a main deck Stone Rain? No, those he probably brought those in.
Yeah.
I think he did the old shuffle all of my sideboard cards into my deck.
Yeah,
now I'm taking out now I'm taking it out.
Yeah.
What do you think of that? How do you like that?
Strategy? I think it's good. It conceals information. You don't know how much disruption your opponent's going to bring in if you're paying attention to it. You see him put 15 in and then take 15 out. It's like, all right, well, I don't know if he brought in 2 cards or 13. Small edges.
I think it's unnecessary. The majority of the time, your opponent is not paying attention to that.
Occasionally, I am. I'm not not every game trying to count how many cards they're bringing in, but occasionally I'll notice like, oh, he brought in 3 cards. It's probably 3 Blood Moons.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's occasionally. Yeah.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at competitive. Like most of the time, people are so focused on like their sideboard plan, they're not paying any attention. And also, like cards are moving around all over the table.
Yeah.
It's not always like clear.
Patrick Chapin actually wrote a book about small edges like that. It's very good. Next Level Magic. Have you read it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not the only thing that's in it, but that's a.
Yeah, it's a good portion.
It's a lot. Of it. Yeah, it has a lot of that in there. Says you. You have a. I'm sure there's a one of in your sideboard.
They're talking about whether Luke has bribery or not.
To be fair, Luke, you probably couldn't do anything about the first one.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether Luke's a removal deck or a counterspell deck, but hopefully we'll find out in game 2.
Well, it's interesting. The Steel Leaf Champion, none of Jason's tokens can block that.
Yeah.
In fact, almost nothing in his deck can block that.
Yeah.
The card is actually kind of a problem.
Jason does have a lot of redundant removal, and he's going to see a lot of cards. He should be able to find an answer.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
just in general, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jason's trying to low to the ground, go wide, and Steel Leaf Champion's like, all right, I don't care.
I do think it would be tough. Like, if I was able, I would need to be on the play to but I think you can. I think Comm's wins the game on the play. Because you can get out in front of the fireman.
You get out in front of him and get him with your car.
Let's take a look at these opening hands, see what we got. Okay, he does have Bloodbraid Elf, so probably not a counterspell deck.
No. I think it would be interesting to see other decks try and take advantage of Bridge.
Yeah.
Like, I think Jeskai Control is trying to have, the control decks are trying to have, too many cards in their hand for it to work.
Yeah.
But the kind of cards you want to hold on to are like counter spells, and like against a lot of the bridge decks, against like decks where like bridge would be good, your counter magic isn't like as effective. So you could play out your hand and bridge, and then win the game with like Elspeth or Piakir and Alar. I know it's loose and that's not going to work, but it is a thought experiment.
Yeah.
Mardu Pyromancer is set up to, like, their game plan is to go wide and make all these 1/1s. It fits into that strategy a lot more neatly.
Yes.
You can't just put bridge into a deck.
Right. All right, here we go.
Hand's great, deck's great.
Can't lose, won't lose.
It's a strong start.
Yep.
Cull against command, land, lingering souls.
Okay, Jason makes the first move. Let's see what we got.
I think I saw an artifact. I think I saw like a spell bomb or a cage or something.
If it is a cage, I could see him bringing it because he thinks Stay Life Champion means it's a Coco deck.
Yeah, that doesn't do. We saw a Bloodbraid Elf in Luke's hand.
Yep.
Cage doesn't do anything against Bloodbraid Elf, does it?
No.
I knew it.
Is that
I knew
Rabid Hibernization?
fishy.
Is that modern staple Rabid Hibernization?
Yeah, man.
Let's go ahead and bring that card up. I want to make sure.
There are so many variations of this card. Like, he could just as easily be playing Pognify. That one makes an ape.
Do you want? All right.
Okay. Yeah, we're taking that guy. Okay.
Yeah, if he's playing Bounty Crisis, it's probably got a combo finish in there.
Yeah, there's a Kiki Jiki.
Yep. Pongify, though. I think I just played the Swimber at that point.
This one makes a frog lizard.
Yep. Modern staple, Rapid Hibernization. Destroy target creature, get your opponent a 3/3.
Yep.
Do you think Luke was nice enough to bring a token for his opponent?
I doubt it. It never ceases to amaze me the people who have like cards that create tokens in their deck.
Yep.
And they don't have the tokens for
I know.
them. Every time.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is. They'll get the whole deck, and then they won't get the tokens.
Yeah.
If I ever get a token like maker, I'm so excited to get tokens.
Yeah.
I love the way that you can, like, it's just another way to personalize your deck. And
Yeah.
all of these artists at Grand Prix, at Opens, like all these artists, they all have like their own line of tokens. Wizards does a great job making tokens. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of options.
All right, I just take Electrolyze here if I'm Jason. It's going to kill his young Pyromancer and Cantrip. Can't have that. You know what's the actual worst, though? When someone has Beast Within and they just hand you a dice, it's like, really? You're going to put this on me now? You're not going to give me the Beast token to actually like make this easy? Yeah, the unstable tokens were really good. That was a good choice by them.
I like how the full art is not foil and the front is foil. I know you would have liked the whole thing to have been foil, but there are some people who don't like foils.
Yeah, you get to have your full art, I get to have my foil. It works for everybody.
Yeah, I agree. I wish that they would do more non-foil promos. Like, they'll have alternate art and it'll be foil.
Yeah.
I would like to see them maybe do less, but have a foil and non-foil version.
Yeah.
Like, do we really need, like, the game day, the open house, the draft weekend? Do we really need all of these promos to be different promos?
Right.
Or can you have, like, first place gets the non-foil Like the first place gets the foil, second place gets the non-foil, or let them pick, or just let them pick.
Right.
You know, like here you go. Like top however many players get them. There's 1 foil and 3 non-foils, and first place gets to pick.
Right.
Something like that. And they don't all need to be different. So I'd like to see that. One they did recently was they did the Battlelands.
Yeah.
They did the Expedition Art, but with the regular frame.
Yep.
I don't remember what that was for. I think it was for
It was something standard related. I remember that.
You went to you had to go to a certain number of like standard events.
Yeah, something
in
like
that season, and then you got one, which was cool. It's like this special alternate art on a non-foil card. Those are really sweet.
Yeah.
When I had Scapeshift put together, I had the Cinderglade. Those were my Cinderglades. So I like that.
Yeah, the PTQ promo for Noble is really good.
Mm-hmm. It's fine. I think the original Noble is better. I really like the Noble with the old frame, but it's foil. Like, really?
Yeah.
You're gonna make an old frame card foil?
Dark Confidant.
Like that? Like, I think that is such a cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
And for them to make those foil, I don't know. It's just like, but yeah, this Noble. Well, it's great if you're trying to foil out your deck, but what if someone's not?
Yeah.
I would just like the option. Not everyone's trying to do that.
Right.
I specifically like non-foil promos.
Jason's be able to fatal push this Knuckle Blade and go to town. Let's see the line he wants to take.
Just get a basic swamp here.
Mm-hmm.
Could get a basic plains. Do you think he's playing the basic plains?
I don't think the Mardu decks are playing that as much anymore.
Yeah, I didn't really like it.
All right, calling this turn now. He's going to fatal push the
Does he have
Knuckle Blade.
Does he have a Pyromancer? I think he has a Pyromancer.
If he does, he's going to go absolutely play it.
So he's playing the Pyromancer first.
Fatal pushing, then I'll get in for 2, make a token. Yep. Yep. All right, now Jason's pretty far ahead at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Luke needs a Bloodbraid Elf to try to get back into this.
Sequencing like that is just really clean. It leaves no margin of error. He could have attacked first. He could have played the Pyromancer and then fetched.
Yeah. Rabbit Hibernation not looking very good in this sea of tokens.
No, it's not. I'm surprised it's still in there. I'm surprised it's in there to begin with, but it's still in there. The only thing in Jason's deck that is bigger than a 3/3 is a 3/4.
Yeah.
With prowess.
I was just thinking about that. Like turning it off to get prowess doesn't seem like a good idea. You're putting the creature in the graveyard so you can Colgan's command it back.
Yep. Oh, these decks will pitch their they'll pitch the Reveler. And I've seen them pitch it to like Faithless Looting or Collective Brutality and then buy it back later because they can.
Mm-hmm.
And this deck has some sick lines. I definitely think if you're trying to play a mid-range deck in Modern right now, this is the way to go.
Yeah, just let this go. No reason to cast it. Yep.
That being said, there are times where this just looks like a worse version of Hollow One.
Yeah. It's a lot grindier, but less explosive.
Hollow One can grind. Like a lot of it has reoccurring creatures. Its bigger threats don't come back.
Yep.
But the smaller ones do, and that can close out a game. One of which has evasion.
Yeah, but you're playing a more control role in the Mardu Pyromancer deck than you are with Hollow One.
Mm-hmm.
Hollow One's about killing your opponent with some light disruption. Mardu Pyro is trying to grind.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I've seen the two decks play against each other. And, like, there wasn't really much that the Mardu deck could do.
Right.
That being said, if the Mardu deck has time, like, they're going to get it.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see, I would like to see that matchup more.
Yeah.
Get 3 tokens. Like this setup, like with this setup, what's a Hollow One deck going to do?
Right. Ooh.
His one of
Not a bad draw.
He's gonna untap and kill the Pyro too. That's. We got a game.
yeah.
All right. Yeah.
10.
All right. Not a bad draw from Luke. Cyborg card's doing cyborg card things. Yep. All right. We got a game. All right. Call it. What's he gonna hit?
Steel Leaf Champion.
I saw the green frame and I was like, got him. All right. Yep.
Jason's going to get in for 2 with his tokens. No reason not to. Lily's not doing a whole lot.
He doesn't need a removal spell for this Staticaster to keep his game going, though.
Yeah, but he's got a bird.
I'll take 2.
He's got a bird. He can just sacrifice.
Yeah, if he plays the Lily.
I mean, that's what he has.
Correct light toes, right? 9. Favoring you.
Agreed.
Yeah, I guess he can play the Reveler. I need to get going soon. I need to get going soon. Like, it takes me a while to get to work.
Yeah, he could play the Reveler, but...
Yeah.
Draw step, discard.
Yeah, I gotta go. Then I need to lock in before midnight.
All right, this Staticaster is going to clean up the tokens, so might just have to Bedlam Revel here at this point. Try to draw into a removal spell.
Attacks.
Yeah, I don't hate this line either. You can take out the Birds of Paradise. He doesn't have anything going on right now, and he can Bedlam Ribbler next turn,
Mediocre.
holding up 2 mana.
She's still really on, but certainly not like the All-Star that she is in some.
So I tried him in. I don't know if you're still on Shadow Plan or not. But when I played it in this deck, it was always alright. But last token still feels like a viable option against decks like mine. Fails a lot better. It's all preference, quite honestly.
All right, Jason deciding what he wants to do with his Pyro. Luke has no cards in hand.
Sacrifice birds.
I'll sacrifice birds.
Yep. All right, Steel Leaf, not bad. It's pretty much going to be all down to what this Bedlam Ribbler hits. Jason counting a spell, seeing how much Bedlam Ribbler actually costs. Alright, 3 mana, yep. Pyro, Bedlam, and land. Not amazing. He can cast the other Bedlam Reveler this turn if he plays... Oh, no, never mind. He played them out in this turn. This is it Staticaster's putting in a lot of work this game. Luke just going for lethal here, not lethal, trying to take Jason down. He is representing that Bolt is lethal if Jason doesn't block. But will Jason play around it? Jason counting the amount of cards he's drawn this game, trying to figure out the odds of him having a Bolt or Electrolyze. Run through the numbers, get a percentage. Hey, shout out to the 122 viewers right now, guys. Jason is going to get to spin the wheel with this Bedlam Reveler again. Fatal Push. Alright, does he has a fetch land, trigger Revolt. He's going to clean up here. Fatal Push the Staticaster. Liliana the Steely Champion. Play Bedlam Reveler. We got a game. But this line too can also play the Young Pyro, the Fatal Push, and then pay the Bedlam Reveler for the full 2 mana. Yep, and Liliana leaving does trigger Revolt. Fantastic. Soul's Bolt Brutality. Nothing but gas. Alright, Luke does draw Scavenging Ooze with triple green up. That's pretty good. It's going to buy him some time, but unfortunately Jason is going to get to go wide to pass this thing. Jason, I do believe, is X1 right now. We're in round 4, so he's 2-1. Jason's traditionally Jund or Grixis player, so this isn't too far of a stretch for him. Yeah, no problem. That's what we're here for. Oh yeah, I would have activated Scoos. You're not going to do anything else with it anyways. Alright, let's see. Luke can go up to 12 this turn. Block the Bedlam. Take 1, 2, 3 from Young Pyro and the tokens. 3 from Bolt. 4 from Brutality. Alright, a little short of lethal. I do think Jason has the tools to push through here, though. If he forces a chump block on the Bedlam Reveler, he can eat the scoos. Alright. Good to note. When you cast Lingering Souls, your opponent has a chance to respond with Scavenging Ooze. The card is not in the graveyard yet. And when you go to flashback it, you are removing it from the game, and your opponent has a chance to respond then. There is no actual opportunity for Luke to exile the Lingering Souls with Scavenging Ooze. The only way he could exile is if Jason tried to change phases or cast a different spell in response. Then he could do it, but Jason made the right play and didn't give him a chance. Alright, the Bedlam Reveler does have 5 power. This turn with Prowess. If he goes to block, he can finish off the Scavenging Ooze with a Bolt. And then threaten lethal the following turn.
You gained 4 life, you go back to 12.
Clear block.
Yep, there we go. I don't know what Temur colored Wrath is in Luke's deck, but he needs to find it right now. What did he draw?
That's good.
Yep, that'll do it.
Real question was
Alright, Jason taking down Temur Pile.
So you still on Death Shadow? Doesn't look like it.
Just shows the power of the Mardu deck. It's really good right now. If you're playing the Black-Green X decks, go ahead and give you the Mardu Pyro deck a try. You get to grind out, you get to play all your favorites, Liliana, Fatal Push. Haven't really tried Young Pyro myself, but Bedlam Reveler, obviously, fantastic card. Alright guys, about 10 minutes. We'll come back for round 5. We'll see you then.
Green Zenith Unbanned in Modern.